All right, so we are on problem number 3 in section 13.2, absolute minimum in a closed interval. Absolute extrema in a closed interval. Sorry about that. Okay, so number 3, we have f of x equals a third times x cubed plus 1/2 times x squared minus 2x plus 1. Okay, so we need to take the derivative, and this is in the interval between 0 and 1. Let's take the derivative. We wind up with x squared plus x minus 2. Factoring this and setting it equal to 0, we're going to get x plus 2, x minus 1. So the critical values are negative 2 and 1, but negative 2 falls outside of the interval. The interval is actually, sorry, I wrote the interval down wrong. It's negative 1 and 0. 1 falls outside of this, and so does negative 2. So neither of these critical values come into play in this interval as far as us identifying the absolute extrema, so we can ignore them. So let's look at the values we want to evaluate, which are 0 and negative 1. So for 0, we plug in 0, we get 0 plus 0 minus 0 plus 1. So f of x equals 1. And then if we plug in negative 1, we're going to get negative 1 cubed, which is negative 1. So we get negative 1/3 plus negative 1 squared is 1 times 1/2 is plus 1/2. Negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2 plus 2 plus 1 equals, let me use the old calculator, equals 3.17 roughly. So that means that negative 1, the value of negative 1 is the left endpoint is going to get us a absolute maximum for this function in this closed interval, and the value 0 is going to get us an absolute minimum in this closed interval. The absolute minimum being 1, the absolute maximum being 3.17. And we are done with this problem, folks.